What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed, and today we have in front of you the Transformers Legacy United Cybertron Universe Starscream. Now, I picked this figure up a few weeks ago. You've probably seen it in one of my videos. I got it. And after getting it, I have to say I just was not impressed. I don't get, the whole articulation thing. That's not enough to sway me if a figure has issues. This figure has issues. I don't know what reviews y'all been listening to, but I'm just going to tell y'all right now. It's got issues. We'll talk about it when we get to it. I do like the look of it. It just doesn't give me the same feels. It still looks kind of, hodgepodgey a little bit. But I guess to you guys, if you're fans of this Cybertron, which I am, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, I'm just not a fan of what they did with this figure. It just doesn't. And maybe it's the plastic. It just feels borderline. Okay, now we're going to look at the packaging so we can hurry and get this out the way because I've had to do this take too many damn times with my camera not recording. And if it does this the last time, I'm going to not shoot any more reviews so I get a new camera. Basically, this is the box. This is the side of the box. This is the other side of the box. A nice picture of him. But, my favorite Starscream is always something hard. That's just me. But they're the same character. I know that. And of course, on the back, it's 40 steps to transform. Instructions are in the box. Now, we're going to show off the jet mode and do some comparisons with some things. And we're going to show off some other things. And we're going to show off some other things. But we're going to make this go by really fast because I do have a rant video I want to do. All right. This is the top of the jet. And the top of the jet looks pretty good. It's got a nice feel to it, but it's still on the light side. Bottom part of the jet is new because with the original, they had actual landing gear. So the way that you store the gun, it kind of slides in and clips into certain things. And then you could put the faux Cybertron key on the back. So this is the bottom of the jet. Call it what you will. Unnecessary transformations get on my nerves. This is a simple toy. I don't know why it needed all this extra folding to do, the same thing. But yeah, it's all right. And then of course you have under here the, which normally the key would expose these, but they don't. Now for both my originals, I don't know where the guns are and I'm going to show them off. But I do want to explain a few things about the figure, about the original. So that way we can get this out of the way. Here's the Cybertron key, and just a comparison to the one. And I don't know where I have like 40 of these. So if I don't have the right one, I don't give up. But here you go. Okay, this is a bigger key. This is smaller. This one even has the indentations, but it just doesn't do anything. Just remember that. And if you want to see how big this thing is, just turn this around, and you could literally fit this in here, and it fits in it well. And no, it's not going to fit in this guy. All right. So keep that in mind. So you manually unfold the weapons, and the weapons are clear purple plastic. They match the canopy, which is pretty good. Other than that, we're going to talk about this figure. Now, jet mode is not bad. It does have this slight little, it's not straight, kind of weird, but it works. It works. Now, I know a lot of people speculated about the releases of the Cybertron Starscream, and we're going to go back and talk about that, and then we're going to get into comparisons. So let's go ahead and bring out what we're comparing this to today, and that's going to be, first of all, this is the Target exclusive Dirge repaint that came with Roadbuster, which I don't have that anymore. And they are, this is basically Thundercracker, but it's Dirge. This is the Voyager size version of the figure, which never got a single release in any capacity in America. Only in Japan did they get the actual Cybertron, Galaxy Force Starscream in the Voyager size. The only official releases we got was the Jumbo Supreme size with the crown, which I never bought. I don't know why. I just never bought it. Anything was cheap, and it got released again in another line. But in America, if you wanted to get a Voyager Starscream, the closest you could get was a TRU 2-pack exclusive, where they gave you a red repaint. I don't know why we never got the Voyager size Starscream as a release. It never was. You could try to tell me it was. I promise you, it was not. But here you go. And yes, these are the Voyager size versions of it, and they are substantially bigger than this guy. And they actually cost the same as this guy. And that's crazy. So, inflation is bullshit. But as you can see here, they're bigger. No, these don't move. And I don't know if they move on the big one because I don't have that one. But this is the one I'm going to compare it to. This makes more sense. Of course, the spring action gimmick with this one occurs when you stick in the key. And oh yeah, you get the bigger swords. Now these are like that kind of creamy, waxy looking plastic. But as you can see here, they are a lot bigger. And this was Voyager size in 2005, 2006 compared to this. This is Voyager now, and it's bigger. It's got more weight. The plastic quality is better. There's a lot of stuff under here with the wheels and things like that. But it just doesn't have the articulation that this one has. So theoretically, yeah, well, you know, which one would you prefer? I still like this one. I just do. But we're not really going to show this off with on the real. This is way better than this in every conceivable fashion. The only thing that makes them similar is the fact that the arms transform in the opposite direction. But this is not in here. Stop trying to compare this. This is the best Starscream. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with the character. I don't want anybody to go, you like Cybertron trilogy. Shut up. No, it's not what it's about. It's the way this figure was put together. You're going to see that when we get to robot mode. So, let me go ahead and wrap this up so I can charge up the battery on this camera. We'll be back 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we have Cybertron Starscream in this robot mode. Let's go ahead and go over the articulation real quick. So basically, the arms do a 360, like that. Arms go out to here, and then there's also this where you can extend the arms if you want to get a, you know, like a more look. But remember when I told you about the left arm? There we go. And no matter what you do, you cannot get this arm to fit back in correctly like the other arm does, because what it looks like is it's not constructed right. There's a gap and you can't see it, but it's there and it's annoying. So now your left arm doesn't work right. This is what sullied me from the whole experience. You know, because when you pick it up and you go to, like, you know, move it, the arm is loose and it's looser than the other arm. So fatal flaw. And yes, it made me not like this figure, and I don't, because of that. Because, like, see, and it's like I gotta go and fix it. I already gotta fix it, but it's held by pins, so nope, can't fix it. And I don't feel like going through the hassle of sending it back. I just don't. So, you know, unless it's G1 for me, this is what I wanted. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of Unicron Trilogy figures. Please stop with the nonsense. But because of that left arm, it just makes me angry. Like, I don't like it. And I want to like it, and I want to like it, but I can't, because you can't handle the toy correctly. And it's a good looking toy. It looks great, but it soured me. That's why I didn't do a review. Like, I reviewed this and I just threw away the review. Let's take a look at the head sculpt here. I know the crown don't fit, and I don't feel like going and get one. All right, so there you go. It's the head sculpt. Looks pretty good. The head does a 360 because I didn't finish sewing that off. Does a 360. Does have a waist swivel, which the original did not have, and that's cool. It doesn't do all the way, but you can if you lift up the back. But who's going to do that? Leg goes up to here, and then leg goes back to here. Not a lot of people say that he has articulation that's better than us, or close to Siege Starscream. No, because of this, and we'll get to that later. But you know, you could put the gun in his hand and put the Cybertron key there if you want. I'm just going to leave the Cybertron key because I already seen it. But you know, when you open up, you can get this look, and also you can put these on his forearms, but they never were on his forearms. Stop making up shit, Hasbro. They just weren't. But I mean, it's something you can do, and yeah, you can do it, which is cool. So basically, that's the figure. Yeah, arm, and the fist, you know, does rotate, and you got the feet swivel, and it's just basically the same thing. I don't get the. And this is not to rub on anyone, so please stop. Look, cause I'll defend myself. I'm a grown man. I don't tarry when it comes to what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, it's just not that great of a figure because of the fact that we're still dealing with some of the QC issues that we've always been dealing with. So that's my take on it. Now, I'm going to show off Cybertron Starscream. You know, we're paying more money for less plastic, and we're not getting great quality out of it. Now, no, the arms don't flail out or anything like that. But as you can see here, no, he doesn't have like the greatest of articulation, which I know everybody's, you know, I'm not an articulation fan. I'm more of a give me a good quality toy fan, you know, these were good quality toys. But yeah, I mean, they suffered from a lot of things, but how easy it was to transform this over this is, you know, freaking a nightmare. And this is bigger than this, by the way. It's substantially bigger, but it doesn't have the articulation. But the paint apps, you know, a lot of people were saying, like, here should have been like yellow Maybe the wings should have had a little bit more, paint here, paint there. And I think that's what also makes this figure look sort of all right. But if you compare it to this guy, nah, this guy is way better. I'm sorry. You can call your dad, your mom, whatever, your sister, your cousin. This thing is way better. It's still better. In fact, if I'm going to go with what I want for Cybertron Starscream, it's definitely going to be this one. And of course, you got the key gimmick, and you put the key in, and the swords come out. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. But yeah, no, this doesn't have nowhere near the articulation of that. I mean, arm just does 360. I don't even think, the head does turn. Leg goes out to here, leg goes out to there, and it's going to be hindered by this. This does not move. But what makes this figure cool is the details on the figure are very well painted. And yes, I've owned this since 2006 to be exact, because I got the second hand. I didn't get the full 2-pack. I have the gun and the original key and everything. I just got to find it. But I got this from the flea market like eons ago, and I mean eons ago. But that's neither here nor there. This is still better. All right, so we're going to do a comparison with the modern Starscreams and some of my favorites. And I don't have all the weapons and things in front of me, but because I really need to get this review done. I've been holding out on this review. So, we got King Starscream. And no, I don't know where the blades and all that stuff is. It's probably in another package somewhere, a box. I don't know, man. Look, man, I ain't got time to look for all this stuff. But here you go. Here's other King Starscream, who also has a really weird left arm. But still, I like the Starscream better than this one. And will the crown fit? No, you have to put it on like backwards and stuff. But I mean, you could kind of get it on there and give him that, crown look if you want. So let's move him out the way for a second and bring in my boy, one of my favorite Starscreams, Siege Starscream. And Siege Starscream is better than this figure. They're not the same. They're not the same. They're not the same. I don't know who's been telling people that shit. They're not the same. Siege Starscream, for one, in the back of the legs, there's, it has this like where it actually, like if you, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's part of the transformation, but they made it kind of like not spring loaded, but I guess it's on like a hinge. And that none of the stuff we got now has these type of hinges. Vastly different. Everything about, there's no borrowing from the Siege mode. I don't see it. That Siege mode feels better plastic wise. It just has that heft, and it's not heavy. No, we know that, but it just has a better heft than that guy. So, that just goes to show you we're not really looking at the figures as we should. But that's neither here nor there. I still think this is better than this. And that's just my opinion. Deal with it however you like. I'm being honest. So I'm just going to go straight to final thoughts because, yeah, we got to get these things done so I can get these toys back to their rightful owners. No, when I say that, I give my kids a lot of my Transformers. So, the fatal flaw of the left arm is really what made me dislike this figure the most. And you can't fix it. And I'm not the only one that has it. I believe Soundwave 8084 reported on that when he did his review. And yeah, it's right. I mean, the left arm it's loose. It does not, to my liking, it just doesn't, like, this arm is better. Even though it's not like tight, this arm is far better than this arm. And that really hinders the experience. And yes, I know I said it a million times and I'm saying it again, but it is a good figure if you want a up-to-date Cybertron Starscream, and if you want to tighten it up, you can. And somebody's like, well, you could tighten it up. I shouldn't have to. Okay, I bought this figure to buy and play with. Other than that, it's still a good figure as far as what it does. I mean, much more articulation than the original, but yeah, it's just one of those things where you just go, that part. So yeah, he's going back in the box because I don't need him on the shelf, just like I don't need any other Starscream but the two I have on the shelf right now. All right. But, overall, should you pick this up? Yeah, it does look good. It looks good. It looks great. But it just that left arm, my left arm, I can't. I just can't. So that's my thoughts on this figure. What are your thoughts? Of course, you can leave them down in the comments below. Yeah, I wasn't impressed, and I'm not impressed, but it's a good figure, but it doesn't make me go, oh my God, I should have got this. I could have done without this. I mean, I should have just get like Bumblebee or something from animated. I don't know. They didn't. It just does not deliver because of that QC. Because when you go to pick it up, why? Because when you go to pick it up, you don't know if the left arm's going to fall off. You don't know if it's going to, it's just, and it doesn't even hold the gun well. When you lift it up, it kind of, yeah. That's all I got. Super Robot Ed. See you more news. Bye-bye.